Have you ever stood up from a chair or tried to climb a set of stairs and suddenly felt your legs tighten or even cramp? For many people, this is one of the earliest signs of muscle weakness. And here is something important to know. When your body begins to age or when your metabolism becomes imbalanced, it is usually your legs that weaken first, not your arms, not your chest, but your legs. Why? Because your legs are the largest reservoir of skeletal muscle in your body, and they demand the most energy, electrolytes, and blood flow to function properly. When there is even a small disruption in that system, your legs are the first to signal that something is wrong. Now, many people assume leg cramps are random, or just a result of getting older, or maybe not drinking enough water. But that is only part of the picture. What is really going on inside your body is a complex dance of electrolytes, nerve signals, circulation, and energy metabolism. If magnesium is low, if potassium is depleted, if sodium is imbalanced, or if your blood sugar is swinging too high and too low, your leg muscles cannot relax and contract the way they should. This leads to tightness, spasms, and weakness. And here's the surprising truth. The solution often starts with what you put on your plate. The foods you eat either fuel strong, resilient muscles, or they set you up for fatigue and cramps. And here's where fruit plays a powerful role. Most people think of fruit only as a source of sugar, but the right fruits provide minerals, antioxidants, natural hydration, and compounds that regulate insulin and protect your blood vessels. That means they do not just taste good, they actually repair the very root causes behind leg cramps. In today's talk, I'm going to show you 6 specific fruits that can protect your muscles, balance your electrolytes, and prevent those frustrating nighttime or daytime leg cramps. Each fruit is backed by research, and more importantly, each one fits into a simple daily routine you can start using right away. So, here's what we are going to cover together. Number 1, we will look at why bananas, while popular, are not always the best fix for cramps, and what fruit actually outperforms them. Number 2, we will explore a fruit that can lower oxidative stress in your blood vessels and improve circulation to your legs. Number 3, we will talk about hydration from food, not just water, and how that prevents cramping. Number 4, we will discuss the connection between insulin spikes and muscle weakness. Number 5, we will uncover a fruit that supports magnesium and calcium balance for stronger contractions. And number 6, we will finish with a fruit that actually helps your body create natural nitric oxide, which opens blood flow to your legs. By the end, you will see that preventing leg weakness and cramps is not about taking a pill or a powder. It is about restoring balance through the right foods at the right time. And once you know this, you can protect your strength, your independence, and your energy for years to come. When people think about preventing leg cramps, the very first fruit that usually comes to mind is the banana. And yes, bananas contain potassium, which is a mineral essential for proper muscle contraction. But here's the reality, relying only on bananas is an oversimplification. What your muscles really need is a balance of potassium, magnesium, sodium, and water inside the cells. And one fruit that outperforms bananas in this respect is the avocado. Now, technically, avocado is a fruit, though most of us think of it as a savory food. Here's why it matters. A single avocado contains nearly twice as much potassium as a banana, and it comes packaged with healthy monounsaturated fats and magnesium. This unique combination gives your muscles both the minerals and the steady energy they need. Imagine your muscle cell as a rechargeable battery. Potassium helps charge it, magnesium helps regulate the current, and healthy fats slow the release of energy so you do not burn out too quickly. Without that balance, the battery flickers and you feel cramps or weakness in your legs. Research confirms this. A study published in the journal Nutrients highlighted that diets higher in potassium and magnesium reduce the frequency of nocturnal leg cramps, especially in older adults. What the research shows is that potassium does not work alone. It has to interact with magnesium for your muscle fibers to properly relax after each contraction. This is why avocado is such a powerhouse. It delivers both in a slow digesting package without the sharp blood sugar spikes you get from a banana. So, how do you use this in real life? The best time to eat avocado for muscle health is earlier in the day, ideally with a meal that contains protein. Pairing avocado with eggs, salmon, or even in a smoothie provides a steady stream of electrolytes and fats that keep your legs energized through the afternoon. For those who exercise, half an avocado about 60 to 90 minutes before activity can help prevent cramping during workouts. Now, if this is helpful so far, consider subscribing. I post content like this every day designed to help you optimize your energy, your metabolism, and your long-term health naturally. So, the first fruit to prevent leg cramps and protect your legs is the avocado, a fruit richer in potassium than bananas, with the added benefit of magnesium and healthy fats to keep your muscles firing smoothly. If avocado gives your muscles the mineral balance they need to function, the next fruit works through a completely different but equally important pathway, circulation. When your blood vessels are stiff or inflamed, blood flow to your leg muscles becomes restricted. That means less oxygen, fewer nutrients, and slower removal of waste products like lactic acid. The result is fatigue, tightness, and often those painful nighttime cramps. The fruit that addresses this problem beautifully is the cherry. Cherries, especially tart cherries, are rich in anthocyanins, powerful antioxidants that reduce oxidative stress and inflammation inside the vascular system. To understand why this matters, let me explain with a simple analogy. Think of your arteries and veins as flexible garden hoses. When they are young and healthy, water flows through easily, delivering hydration wherever it is needed. But if the hose becomes stiff, kinked, or clogged, water struggles to get through, and the plants downstream dry out. That is exactly what happens when oxidative stress damages the endothelium, the delicate lining of your blood vessels. Your muscles downstream, particularly in your legs, suffer from poor delivery of nutrients and oxygen. What the research shows is striking. In a study published in the Journal of Nutrition, participants who consumed tart cherry juice daily had improved blood flow markers and reduced markers of oxidative stress within just a few weeks. Other studies have linked cherry consumption to faster recovery after exercise and reduced muscle soreness. Why? Because anthocyanins in cherries protect nitric oxide, the molecule that keeps your blood vessels relaxed and open. Without enough nitric oxide, vessels constrict, circulation slows, and muscles cramp more easily. But cherries do more than just improve circulation. They also provide natural melatonin, which helps regulate sleep, and poor sleep itself is a hidden driver of muscle cramps. During deep sleep, your nervous system resets, your muscles repair, and electrolytes redistribute between your cells. If you are tossing and turning at night, your body does not complete this repair cycle, and cramps show up more often. That means cherries deliver a double benefit. They improve circulation and help you sleep more deeply, which lowers your risk of nighttime leg cramps. Now let us make this practical. Fresh cherries are seasonal, but frozen cherries retain nearly all of their antioxidants and can be added to smoothies, oatmeal, or yogurt year-round. Tart cherry juice concentrate is another option, but here is the key. You want it unsweetened. Added sugar cancels out much of the vascular benefit by spiking insulin, which itself depletes minerals from your muscles. A simple protocol is 2 to 4 ounces of tart cherry juice concentrate diluted in water taken about 1 hour before bedtime. This supports circulation and also enhances sleep quality. If you are someone who exercises, cherries can also be consumed post-workout. A handful of frozen cherries blended with protein and water creates a recovery shake that not only replenishes glycogen, but also reduces inflammation in the muscle fibers. This means less soreness the next day and lower risk of exercise-related cramps. Let me explain one more physiological detail. Muscle cramps are often triggered when calcium inside the muscle cell does not move properly. Oxidative stress can damage the calcium channels in your muscle membranes, causing them to misfire. Anthocyanins from cherries act like shields, protecting those channels from oxidative damage. This allows calcium to flow in and out smoothly so your muscles contract and then fully relax. That smooth rhythm is what keeps your legs free from spasms. So, While avocado gives you the electrolytes, cherries give you the circulation and recovery support. Both work on completely different root causes, but together they create a foundation for strong, resilient legs. If you are finding value in this, remember to subscribe because I share research-backed strategies like this every single day, always with the goal of helping you optimize your health naturally. To recap, the second fruit to prevent leg cramps is the cherry, a fruit rich in anthocyanins that improve circulation, reduce oxidative stress, support nitric oxide, and even enhance your sleep cycle. By adding cherries to your routine, especially before bed or after exercise, you address one of the deepest root causes of muscle cramps, impaired blood flow and recovery. So far, we have looked at two critical dimensions of leg health. Avocados provide electrolytes and steady energy, while cherries improve circulation and recovery. But there is a third pillar often overlooked, and it is hydration. Most people believe that dehydration only happens when you forget to drink water. But here is what is really going on inside your body. Hydration is not just about the water you drink. It is about whether that water gets inside your cells and stays there. And one fruit that excels at this is the watermelon. Watermelon is more than 90% water, but it is not just plain water. It comes packaged with electrolytes like potassium and magnesium, as well as an amino acid called citrulline. Together, these compounds pull water into your cells where it actually matters. Think of your muscle cells as little sponges. If they are dry, they shrink, lose elasticity, and are more prone to cramping. If they are hydrated from the inside, they stay plump, resilient, and function smoothly. Drinking water without electrolytes is like pouring water on a dry sponge coated in wax. It just rolls off. Watermelon removes the wax, so to speak, and allows hydration to penetrate. What the research shows is fascinating. Studies published in the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry demonstrate that citrulline in watermelon helps improve blood flow and reduce muscle fatigue. Why? Because citrulline converts into arginine, which then supports nitric oxide production, relaxing blood vessels and allowing more fluid to reach your leg muscles. Other studies show that athletes who consume watermelon juice before exercise experience reduced muscle soreness and fewer cramps after intense activity. Now let me explain this with a simple analogy. Imagine you are inflating a balloon. If the balloon is dry and stiff, it is difficult to fill with air. If the balloon is supple and elastic, air flows in easily and it holds its shape without breaking. Your muscles work the same way. Thus, without hydration, they resist stretching and contraction. With proper hydration at the cellular level, they move fluidly and resist injury. Watermelon acts as that conditioner for your muscle balloons. How do you use this practically? Fresh watermelon cubes as a snack are an easy option, especially in warm weather when dehydration risk is higher. For exercise, blending watermelon into a smoothie and drinking it about 30 to 60 minutes before activity provides both hydration and circulation support. Some people even freeze watermelon into cubes and add them to water for a slow-release hydration strategy. Here is a protocol. I often recommend 1 to 2 cups of fresh watermelon in the afternoon, especially on hot days or after sweating. This timing is important because electrolyte depletion usually builds throughout the day. By replenishing in the afternoon, you prevent that late-night cramp when your muscles are most vulnerable. Now, let us address a common question. Does watermelon's natural sugar spike blood glucose? It can if eaten in very large amounts, but when consumed in moderation, and especially when paired with protein or fiber, the glycemic impact is minimal, and the hydration and nitric oxide benefits far outweigh the small sugar load. In fact, by improving circulation, watermelon actually helps your muscles use glucose more efficiently. Here's another practical point. If you are prone to nighttime leg cramps, try having a small serving of watermelon with a pinch of sea salt about 1 hour before bed. The natural sugars help shuttle electrolytes into the cells, and the sodium balances the potassium content. This simple trick can dramatically reduce nighttime muscle spasms. So, to recap, watermelon is not just refreshing, it is a functional hydration tool. It delivers water, electrolytes, and citrulline to hydrate your muscles from the inside out, reduce fatigue, and protect against cramps. While avocados work through minerals and cherries through circulation, watermelon ensures your muscle sponges stay supple and hydrated. If you are finding these insights useful, I encourage you to subscribe. I post this kind of content daily, always aimed at giving you practical, science-backed tools you can apply right away. By adding watermelons strategically before exercise, in the afternoon, or even before bed with a touch of salt, you are addressing one of the most overlooked causes of leg cramps, dehydration at the cellular level. And once you fix that, your legs regain their natural resilience and strength. We have talked about electrolytes, circulation, and hydration. Now it is time to look at another root cause of leg weakness and cramps that often flies under the radar: blood sugar instability. Most people associate blood sugar only with diabetes, but even small spikes and crashes throughout the day can pull essential minerals out of your muscles. And when that happens, the nerves controlling your legs misfire, leading to twitching, fatigue, and cramps. The fruit that plays a powerful role in stabilizing blood sugar is the blueberry. Blueberries are one of the most studied fruits in nutritional science, and for good reason. They are rich in anthocyanins, the same class of antioxidants we saw in cherries, but they work through an additional mechanism improving insulin sensitivity. What the research shows is that anthocyanins make your cells more responsive to insulin, which means glucose can move into your muscle cells more efficiently, instead of staying elevated in your bloodstream. Why does this matter for cramps? Let me explain with a simple analogy. Imagine insulin as a key and your muscle cells as doors. When the doors are responsive, the key turns easily, and glucose flows inside where it fuels energy production. But when the doors are rusty from chronic high sugar or oxidative stress, the key struggles to turn. Glucose builds up outside. Insulin rises, and your kidneys begin excreting excess glucose, along with minerals like magnesium and potassium. This mineral loss is one of the silent triggers for leg cramps. Blueberries, by improving insulin sensitivity, help oil those rusty locks so glucose enters smoothly and your muscles keep their mineral balance. Several studies support this. A clinical trial published in the Journal of Nutrition showed that participants who consumed blueberry powder daily for 6 weeks improved insulin sensitivity significantly compared to a control group. Another study found that blueberry intake was associated with better vascular function, meaning stronger blood flow to the legs as well. Together, these effects create a metabolic environment where cramps are far less likely to occur. Now, let us make this practical. Blueberries are low in calories, naturally sweet, and can be eaten fresh, frozen, or blended. A simple protocol is 1/2 cup to 1 cup daily, ideally paired with protein or healthy fat to slow absorption. For example, adding blueberries to Greek yogurt, oatmeal, or even a spinach salad balances their natural sugars and supports a steady blood sugar response. One particularly effective strategy is to consume blueberries after exercise. Why? Because during exercise, your muscles use stored glycogen and become more insulin sensitive. Adding blueberries at that moment accelerates recovery, replenishes glycogen without sharp spikes, and reduces inflammation in the muscle tissue. This not only prevents cramps, but also speeds up healing after exertion. Here's another tip. If you are prone to mid-afternoon fatigue and leg tightness, try a small serving of blueberries with a handful of nuts around 2 to 3 in the afternoon. The antioxidants help stabilize blood sugar, while the fat and protein in the nuts slow digestion. This prevents the late-day blood sugar crash that often precedes evening cramps. Let me touch on one more hidden benefit. Blueberries are loaded with polyphenols that protect mitochondria, the tiny power plants inside your muscle cells. When mitochondria are damaged, your muscles struggle to produce enough energy, and that energy shortage contributes to weakness and spasms. By defending mitochondria from oxidative stress, blueberries keep your muscle engines running smoothly. So to recap, the fourth fruit to prevent leg cramps is the blueberry, a fruit that stabilizes blood sugar, protects mitochondria, and reduces mineral loss triggered by insulin spikes. By adding blueberries consistently, you are tackling the metabolic root cause of cramps, not just the symptom. If this is resonating with you, consider subscribing, because I share evidence-based strategies like this daily to help you strengthen your metabolism, your muscles, and your long-term health. Avocados gave us electrolytes. Cherries improved circulation. Watermelon restored hydration. And blueberries stabilized blood sugar. 4 fruits, 4 different root causes, and all working together to protect your legs. Up to this point, we have explored how minerals, circulation, hydration, and blood sugar all influence the strength of your legs. But there is another key factor in muscle function that is often overlooked: the delicate balance between magnesium and calcium. These 2 minerals act like a switch for your muscles. Calcium allows your muscle fibers to contract, while magnesium allows them to relax. When either side of the switch is stuck, the system misfires and you feel cramps. The fruit that plays a surprisingly powerful role here is the fig. Figs, whether fresh or dried, are one of the richest fruits in both magnesium and calcium. They also contain potassium, which completes the trifecta of minerals essential for smooth muscle function. To visualize how this works, imagine a symphony orchestra. Calcium is like the section of violins that begins the piece, creating tension and energy. Magnesium is like the conductor, guiding when to pause, when to rest, when to ease back. If the violins keep playing without rest, the music becomes noise. If magnesium is absent, your muscles contract without release, and that is exactly what a cramp is: a stuck note in your muscle orchestra. What the research shows is that diets rich in magnesium reduce the frequency and severity of muscle cramps, especially in older adults and athletes. A review in the journal Nutrients highlighted how magnesium supplementation improves neuromuscular control. But what is interesting is that whole food sources of magnesium, like figs, often work better because they deliver fiber and other phytonutrients that improve absorption. Calcium, on the other hand, ensures your contractions are strong enough. But when calcium is not balanced by magnesium, you get rigid, overactive contractions. Figs provide both in natural proportion. But the benefits of figs do not stop with minerals. Figs also contain polyphenols and prebiotic fibers that nourish your gut microbiome. Why is this relevant? Because the gut microbiome influences how well you absorb minerals in the first place. A disrupted gut makes it difficult to pull magnesium and calcium out of your food. By feeding beneficial bacteria, figs improve mineral bioavailability and indirectly reduce cramps. Now let us talk about practical strategies. Fresh figs, when in season, are excellent. They can be paired with a handful of nuts, which further boosts magnesium content, or added to salads for a mix of sweetness and minerals. Dried figs are more concentrated, so just 2 to 3 can deliver a meaningful dose of calcium and magnesium. However, it is important to watch portion size, since dried figs are higher in natural sugars. The best time to consume figs for muscle health is in the evening, perhaps after dinner, when your body is replenishing electrolytes before the overnight fasting window. This timing supports nighttime muscle relaxation and reduces the risk of waking up with leg cramps. Another simple protocol is to use figs as a pre-bed snack alongside a source of protein, like Greek yogurt or cottage cheese. The protein supports muscle repair, while the magnesium in figs helps calm the nervous system and promote deeper sleep. Remember, poor sleep is itself a risk factor for cramps, so this is a double win. Here's an important detail. Many people reach for calcium supplements to support bone and muscle health, but without adequate magnesium, these supplements can worsen cramping. Figs deliver both naturally balanced, avoiding the trap of excess calcium without magnesium. Think of them as nature's balanced mineral pill, but far tastier and easier for your body to use. So to recap, the 5th fruit to prevent leg cramps is the fig, a food rich in magnesium, calcium, and potassium, which together act as the on-off switch for proper muscle contraction and relaxation. By adding figs to your evening routine, you are restoring mineral balance, supporting your gut microbiome, and protecting your muscles from the stuck notes that cause cramps. If this content is adding value for you, take a moment to subscribe. I post new insights daily to help you strengthen your metabolism, your muscles, and your long-term vitality naturally. Now, we have one more fruit to explore. And it may be the most exciting of all because it directly fuels nitric oxide production, the molecule that keeps blood vessels wide open and your legs full of energy. We have now covered minerals, circulation, hydration, blood sugar stability, and mineral balance through figs. But there is one more powerful lever for preventing leg cramps and maintaining strong, youthful legs: nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is a gas your body produces naturally, and it has one critical job: keeping your blood vessels relaxed and wide open. Without enough nitric oxide, circulation slows, oxygen delivery drops, and your muscles cramp. The fruit that excels at boosting nitric oxide is the pomegranate. Pomegranates are rich in nitrates, polyphenols, and antioxidants that directly stimulate nitric oxide production in the lining of your blood vessels, called the endothelium. Think of nitric oxide as the body's natural switch for blood flow. When the switch is on, blood vessels open, oxygen rushes in, and your muscles perform smoothly. When the switch is off, the vessels constrict, pressure rises, and your legs are starved of oxygen and nutrients, often resulting in cramps. Let me give you an analogy. Imagine trying to water your garden with a hose that is partially kinked. The plants at the end of the hose, in this case your leg muscles, get very little water even though the tap is turned on. When nitric oxide levels are healthy, it is like unkinking the hose. Suddenly, the flow is strong and steady, and the plants flourish. That is exactly how pomegranates help your muscles, by restoring the natural flow of blood and nutrients through nitric oxide pathways. What the research shows is compelling. A study published in the Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research found that athletes who consumed pomegranate extract before exercise experienced improved blood flow, better endurance, and reduced muscle soreness. Another study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition showed that pomegranate polyphenols protect nitric oxide from being broken down by oxidative stress. In simple terms, they not only increase nitric oxide production, but also keep it active for longer. This matters enormously for leg health. When you walk, climb stairs, or exercise, your leg muscles demand quick bursts of oxygen. Without nitric oxide, the vessels cannot dilate fast enough, and you feel fatigue or even sharp cramps. With nitric oxide active, the vessels open, oxygen floods in, and your legs feel strong and resilient. So, how do you bring this into your daily life? Fresh pomegranate seeds, also called earls, can be sprinkled onto salads, yogurt, or eaten on their own. Pomegranate juice is another option, but the key is choosing pure, unsweetened juice, since added sugars counteract the vascular benefits. About 4 to 6 ounces of pomegranate juice before physical activity can improve circulation and protect against exercise-related cramps. Here's a simple evening protocol. If you are prone to nighttime cramps, have half a cup of pomegranate seeds after dinner. This timing allows nitric oxide production to rise just as your body shifts into repair mode during sleep. Your blood vessels remain relaxed, your muscles stay oxygenated, and you are less likely to wake up with a painful spasm. One more benefit worth mentioning is how pomegranates interact with mitochondria, the power plants of your cells. Research has shown that compounds in pomegranate, like L-tannins, are converted by gut bacteria into urolithin A, a compound that supports mitochondrial health and regeneration. Healthy mitochondria mean your muscles produce energy efficiently, further reducing the risk of cramps caused by energy deficits. And here's a tip for athletes or those who are active during the day. Consuming pomegranate juice or seeds about 30 to 60 minutes before a workout not only improves blood flow, but also reduces the buildup of lactic acid in your muscles. That means less fatigue during exercise and faster recovery afterward. So to recap, the sixth fruit to prevent leg cramps is the pomegranate, a nitric oxide booster that opens up your blood vessels, improves oxygen delivery, and strengthens your mitochondria. By adding pomegranate seeds or juice to your daily routine, you're tackling one of the deepest root causes of muscle cramps: restricted blood flow. Together, these 6 fruits, avocado, cherry, watermelon, blueberry, fig, and pomegranate, form a comprehensive natural strategy to keep your legs strong, hydrated, energized, and free from painful cramps. We have covered a lot of ground in this session, so let us step back and connect the dots. Leg cramps and weakness are not random. They are signals from your body that something deeper is out of balance, whether it is electrolytes, hydration, circulation, blood sugar, or mineral control. And the beautiful thing is that by making small, intentional choices with the foods you eat, you can restore that balance and give your muscles the strength and resilience they were designed to have. Think about the 6 fruits we explored. Avocado is your electrolyte powerhouse, richer in potassium than bananas, and paired with magnesium and healthy fats for sustained muscle function. Cherry supports your circulation, reducing oxidative stress and improving blood flow so your legs never run short on oxygen. Watermelon hydrates your muscles from the inside out, delivering not just water but also electrolytes and citrulline to keep your cells supple. Blueberry protects your blood sugar balance, preventing the insulin spikes that quietly drain minerals and weaken your muscles. Fig balances the calcium-magnesium switch, ensuring your muscles contract and relax in perfect rhythm. And pomegranate boosts nitric oxide, unkinking the hose of your circulation so your legs stay energized and cramp-free. Together, these 6 fruits do far more than stop cramps. They address the root causes of weakness, fatigue, and poor circulation. They keep your mitochondria, the engines of your muscle cells, humming. They protect your blood vessels from oxidative stress. They stabilize your metabolism and support deep, restorative sleep. These are not just foods for comfort, they are tools for longevity. Here is the challenge I want to leave you with. Choose just one of these fruits and make it part of your daily routine this week. Maybe it is avocado with your breakfast, or blueberries in your afternoon snack, or a handful of pomegranate seeds after dinner. Do not try to overhaul everything at once. Just start with one and then notice what happens. Track how your legs feel, how your energy shifts, how your sleep improves. When you experience even a small change, you will be motivated to add the others over time. And remember, the goal is not just to prevent leg cramps. The goal is to protect your independence, your mobility, and your vitality as you age. Strong legs are the foundation for healthy aging. They allow you to move freely, to exercise, to climb stairs, to travel, to play with your children or grandchildren. Losing leg strength is often the first step toward losing independence. Protecting it is one of the greatest investments you can make in your long-term health. So, if this session added value for you, like the video and subscribe to join others who are committed to optimizing their health naturally. I share this kind of evidence-based, practical content every day, always focused on giving you tools you can use right now to build strength, energy, and longevity. Your legs can be your strongest ally in healthy aging, but only if you give them what they need. Start today with just one simple fruit.